Hi guys, so I'm sure as you can tell I am sick right now and that is not very fun. But I have my first teaching interview in about 20 minutes, or not in 20 minutes, but I have to leave in 20 minutes. It starts at 11:15, but I'm gonna leave at 10:50 to make sure I get there around 11, and then have about 15 minutes to park and do all of those things. So, yeah, it sucks being sick for my first interview, but I'll have to tell you guys how it goes. Right now I have my blazer and my shirt on, and then I'm actually waiting for my pants to come out of the dryer. And then I have my big bag ready. I'm just gonna bring this one. I know it's not super professional, but it's a teaching bag, so it is what it is. And in here, I have a couple of things that I'm hoping will help me. So I got this little handout from the Montessori Teacher Education in River Falls, just to kind of show them that I've been thinking about it and I have the sheet ready to go to learn more about that. I have the book that I wrote just to kind of tell them a little bit about penguins, like my love for penguins, and then modeling that by making a book. And then I also have a lesson where students wrote their own book, so this is kind of a good way that I can show that. And then, oh man, I need a Kleenex. Alright. And then I have this guy. This is my Padfolio. I just got it at online or something. And then inside of here, I have two folders that I would give for people if they want to keep that information. And in there I just have my resume, cover letter, business card, philosophy of education, and a favorite lesson of mine. So I have two of those. And then in here I have some business cards, the business card from the head of school. Since it's a Montessori school, I thought I'd include that just in case. Here I have their mission statement, the school's mission statement, and then behind that I have extra copies of my resume, cover letters, and letters of recommendation. And then here I just wrote down a bunch of notes for myself to keep in mind in case I get stuck or need an extra little thing to talk about or whatever. I have all of that information there. And then the last thing in here is my huge portfolio. So I'll have to let you guys know kind of what happens during the interview, what kind of interview questions they ask, and how much of this information I actually use. So I will see you guys around noon when I share all of the things that went on during my interview. Wish me luck. Thanks. Hi guys, so I just got done with my very first interview at the public Montessori school. I'm gonna say it went okay. A big part of me saying that is that I really don't have that much experience, which is why I think I could understand why they wouldn't want to hire me. Sorry, I still have my freaking cold and it's so annoying. So yeah, I think that would be a big reason why I probably wouldn't get it if I don't, is just because of my lack of experience, which is kind of understandable. I think it was still really, really good to go through that process and answer those questions and stuff, but at the end of the day, I could understand why if they say, sorry, we decided to go with someone else, I could understand why they would, to be honest. A couple of questions that really caught me off guard. Their second question was, what is a random act of kindness that you have done lately? And I was totally not prepared to answer that. I hadn't even thought of, like, what? I don't know. I hadn't prepared for that. I hadn't even thought that they were going to ask a question like that. So I really had to take a second to think about it. And I kind of just resorted to say, like, little notes that I write for the teachers, so I feel like that one I kind of bombed on. And then there were some other questions specific to, like, what kind of support would you need? And I feel like I didn't answer that very well, because I was like, oh, I would need support modeling and, like, learning how to use the materials. And it's like, they probably don't want to take the time to, like, explain to me how to use the materials. So honestly, I could understand why they would be like, sorry, we already have someone who actually has, like, Montessori certification and knows how to do all these things. And honestly, I would probably really understand why they would go with someone else. And I was watching this video recently that was like, you know, if you walk out of it, you're gonna know how it went. And I think I have a good feeling about how this one went, but it's still really good experience. There were a lot of people there, which I wasn't really that nervous in any way, and I even got to share my portfolio as well, so that was really good. I spent some time walking around to one of the different classrooms, which I think was really good about spending that initial time to go around and observe. And I was able to actually use some of those observations in my in my answers. I was able to use those observations. I was able to use observations from the other Montessori school. I was able to use all sorts of situations. I think a hard part for me was questions about, like, how you would deal with a tough parent. I think I kind of said something that, I said something along the lines of, like, I've had conflict with a parent, but it's, like, not really my fault, and it didn't really make a whole lot of sense, so that one wasn't a very good response there, but, yeah, I don't know, it went okay. I think I answered some of the questions really, really well, and they wrote down some things that I think, because I said, oh, peaceful and collaboration and kindness, and I think that really helped my case a little bit. And just being able to say, like, with my extra 15 minutes, I would go outside, I would take a little random moment to learn more, and you know, reflecting on myself. I think all those things were fine. I'm not gonna say I nailed it by any means, but I think I did some really good things that I would like to do in the future, such as taking that time if they're like, hey, you know, I'll have to wait about 15 minutes or whatever, taking that time to just walk around to some of those other, like, to some of the classrooms and stuff, and meet some of the kids and use those as some experiences. I also decided to, not that it really helped me that much, but two other important things that I think I did was I remembered each person's name, and I kind of, like, said it back to them. And for one of the questions, it was directly related to one of the teachers there, so I just said, like, I kind of said it in general, like, oh, I would want her to do this, but I also said, oh, I would want you to do this for me if given the opportunity, and things like that. And I think I asked some really good questions at the end, and I got to show my portfolio. I showed a couple of really fun lessons about problem solving and things like that. So in the end, I think it went okay. I'm not going to say I nailed it by any means, but I think it was fine for what it was. So yeah, I'll let you guys know in the next few days what happens, but right now I'm going to say I'll probably get a call at the end of the week that says, sorry, we decided to fill the position with someone else. But if that's the case, I mean, again, everything happens for a reason. So, you know, maybe it's not meant to be if that's the case. So, anywho, I'm going to let you guys go. I'll give you an update video towards the end of the week, just letting you know kind of what's going on and if I heard back and what I heard back. So wish me luck. Thanks guys. Bye bye.